What's up guys, welcome to Vintage Genetics. Welcome to the last video of the year, where it's all about classic bodybuilding. And today is a back workout, a wide hammer grip pull down to begin with. And this hammer grip pull down really works, not only the back thickness but also a little bit the width. This is kind of a combination exercise that works both the thickness of the upper back and of course the width when you decide to fully stretch out at the top, because that is very important. The better the stretch with the back, the better it will be for back width. You literally have to think that you're stretching it out and keeping it like that permanently. That's how you should think about working the back. And the hammer grip is basically a neutral grip, as you can see. And the way that works is it actually has less tension on the biceps, at least that's what I noticed. An underhand grip is the most tension on the biceps. And a regular grip, like an overhand grip, actually has more tension on the tendons of the forearms connecting to the biceps, which is not what I don't like that, because when I go too heavy I sometimes feel an irritation there, and that's not what I want.
Many weeks till the
66 days left.
And yes, it's 66 days left in this video, in this workout that the Arnold Classic will be arriving. March 1, the first day of March will be the Arnold Classic in Ohio. But of course that's why we are training so hard to work on the back, because we all know that quite a lot of competitors at the Arnold Classic, at the Classic Physique, will have a great back as well. And of course I need to stand next to them and compare at least a little bit from the back, and then try to overcome everybody else with the overall shape. But that's why I go so heavy here. The last set, 6 to 8 reps, what I like to do is I do all the sets beforehand, 10 to 12 reps, to fully warm up the back, fully get blood in there, and make sure that there's enough pump in the muscle before going very heavily, because I like to combine the pump with progressive overload. So that's why the last set I like to go 6 to 8 reps to failure for progressive overload. And then this very special exercise, the unilateral cable row, this really works the back unilaterally, of course. So for people who have a larger left lat than a right lat, for example, or vice versa, you might want to do this exercise and start out with the weaker or smaller lat, and that way you can work on it and fix that disbalance. But what this also works is really the back width again, but mostly the back thickness in the lower back, because the closer your elbow is to your side, the more you will work on the thickness and the lower back. And by the way, the towel that is right there is one of the most famous poses pictures that I did on Instagram, and a lot of people liked it, so there was a towel made out of it. And for most people it basically served more as like a kind of a poster, because the pose isn't really a bodybuilding pose, it's really more an art pose, real classic bodybuilding pose, because that is all about the art of the physique. And then this is a very interesting exercise that I actually am doing for the first time. It's a combination between a pull down, a narrow grip pull down, and a pull over at the bottom, because notice that at the top of the movement it looks like a pull down exercise, and at the bottom it looks like a pull over exercise. And this targets a lot more muscles in the back than you think, so definitely try that one out. And then I really like this exercise, the reverse lat pull down. There's something about sitting in reverse on this exercise that makes it feel just different. You can stretch out the lats better, you can contract the traps better, you can contract the middle back better, and it just feels quite amazing to do so. And a lot of people tell me, oh, you shouldn't do this exercise because it's bad for the shoulder joints, for the rotator cuffs. Sure, if you feel any impingements there or irritation in the shoulders, you shouldn't do this exercise. But I always work on the rear delts, I always stretch the shoulders out, so I don't feel anything in the shoulders at all, because as you can see the rear delts are pretty much in balance with the front delts, and when that's the case, there's very little chance of messing up the rotator cuffs. But I like this exercise because it really enhances the contraction of the upper and middle back. And then the best exercise to finish off with, assisted pull-ups. What Jay Cutler said, the best exercise for the back, especially back width, is the pull-up. And of course, after doing all of those exercises, and when you weigh quite a lot, you're not really able to do complete pull-ups anymore. So that's why I like to do an assisted pull-up that helps you push your body weight up with less weight. So it actually diminishes your weight by like 40 or 50 kilograms, allowing you a full stretch, but also a full contraction at the top. And this bicep exercise is pretty amazing as well. Incline cable curls. There's a lot of different variations and angles you can hit. This workout was really about hitting different exercises, hitting the back from a little different angle compared to usual, because sometimes you need to change it up if you have been doing the same thing over and over again and you're starting to plateau on certain exercises. You sometimes want to change things up, of course keeping in most of the basic exercises, but sometimes switching up with a different exercise, still hitting that muscle properly, can change the plateaus from being stuck to being unlocked for the next time, because then you will work on those small muscles that might have needed attention that they were not getting from the other exercises. But this is smart training. So a lot of people try to change up their workout every single time and then doing a lot of different exercises every single time, but that is not what you want to do. You want to have 90% structure and then 10% changing it up every now and then. But this exercise is great for the bicep peak, and it's great for the stretch as well, for the constant tension on the bicep. It's basically a spider curl variant, a different kind of spider curl. And instead of using a barbell, you can use the cable, and it actually helps you contract the bicep in an optimal way.
Alright guys, that was the workout of today, and a lot of you guys asked me what my workout split is right now, because I'm posting separate workouts on the channel, but I haven't shown you what my actual workout split is, and I have it right here. I've changed it up a little bit from how it used to be, because of course I want to work on the weak points, mainly the legs, the hamstrings, but also the triceps, for example. So depending on what muscle group I train, I have a high or a low carb day. So let me tell you how I set this up. So first I train, well this is randomly in a random order, which muscle group I start with, but the general order is always the same. So first off, day one would be arms, and then during the arm day I would always start with a tricep exercise, superset, so 5 supersets, starting every superset with the triceps, because the triceps compared to the biceps are a weak point for me, so I need to work on them. So I prioritize the triceps in those workouts, and that's going to be a medium carb day. Then I have legs after that. Of course, I always start out with either a laying leg curl or something to isolate the hamstrings before starting the actual workout, to make sure that at the beginning of the training I have most of the energy, I put all of that energy into the muscle I want to work on, and then do the rest. And I have a high carb day on that day. Then I have chest and triceps. Well, chest is already quite a strong point, so I have a low day there. Then back and biceps will be a medium carb day, because back can always improve, especially the back thickness, the width is pretty much there. And then I have a rest day, and then I repeat. Then again I have arms, legs, chest, triceps, back, biceps, and rest. So I have 4 training days and then 1 day rest. 4 training days, 1 day rest. On every rest day there will be a low carb day. On every leg day it's a high carb day. And sometimes on the arm day it's a low carb day. Depends kind of on how my diet is structured and how much weight I need to lose. And I like to do 15 minutes of fasted cardio pretty much every single day, except on a leg day. But on every single rest day, and every single low day and medium day, I like to do 15 minutes of fasted cardio. So that's what I've been doing every single day. I simply need to be very conditioned. Now I want to take you guys with a video series to the Arnold Classic and tell you guys the truth of what I think of how I will place and who will compete. Because at every single competition, every competitor is always so quiet about their competition For example, I know that George Peterson is joining. I know that Courage Opara is joining. Keone Pearson is joining. I've seen pictures of them and they look great. Especially George Peterson, knowing that he's number 3 of the world, he is the clear favorite in this show. So in order to beat him, you simply need to have incredible conditioning. Obviously, there's a lot of focus on his back, and my back is simply not up to par to his back yet. But then there's the rest of the body. And, you know, I'll make a more detailed video about this. But there's pretty much no one in that lineup who is perfectly symmetrical and proportionate. So what I'm going to try to do is show everybody that, you know, when I did the Arnold, there were like a lot of people who said, you should be more conditioned, you should be more this, you have bigger legs, this and that. Of course, I will work on the conditioning, that's for sure. I will work on the legs, I've been doing that, they've already improved. They gained 2 kilograms since the Olympia, which is amazing, of course. And on top of that, you know, I simply should have better overall conditioning. That was the most important point. But I will be working on those points. But most importantly, a bigger portion of people said that I presented the classic physique as they saw it from the 70s. So I'm going to combine that look with incredible conditioning, the driest that I've ever been at a show, because of course the chest is the first to come conditioned for me, and then the rest will follow very soon. I have a timer on my phone. It shows me exactly how many days are left, and there's 60 days left, if it sharpens for that. 60 days left until the Arnold Classic. So that's less than 10 weeks, that's less than 9 weeks, that's a little more than 8 weeks. So let's do this, guys. I'm very motivated to do so. I am going to train legs right after uploading this video using the oversized Vintage Genetics t-shirt. And yes, so I'm using this workout split. I'm using this technique to work on the legs. I've shown you in the previous video the techniques that I show you to work on the legs. As I'm a taller person, I need to use different stuff because I have been training for like 11 years now, and the legs are still a weak point. So I have to change something. I already did the regular squats, the hack squats, the lunges, all the basic exercises there are very heavily as well. So what I need to do is change it up a little bit to work for my physique. And that's what you guys should do too. If you copy someone and they have great development, great progress with that certain system, for example, doing the regular squats, the heavy leg presses, the hack squats and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of a cold. But if that doesn't work for you and they have great legs and you don't, and you do the same, guess what? You need to change it according to your structure, to your height and to your physique. And I've been doing that now, and I'm now noticing the progress. Same with triceps, the regular skull crushers that Ronnie Coleman and those guys do. They don't work for me because if I do this, I don't feel the triceps. But I do this, like behind the head, and then go forward, I do feel them. And now I have muscle ache in the triceps for the first time in years, basically. I barely have muscle ache in the triceps ever, but when I do that exercise, I do, and that means I'm hitting it correctly. Anyway, guys, the Q&A will be uploaded after this video, probably next year, because today is the last day of the year. Wow, 2019 is coming very quickly. So, I want to wish you a happy new year. I want to thank everybody for watching this channel, for supporting this channel this year. And I will do a special dedication video thanking you guys for all the support you've shown me. This year has been the most amazing year for me. Turning pro in March, winning the pro card, winning a pro show in July, and then doing the Mr. Olympia in September. It's the dream come true for me and pretty much any bodybuilder who wants to go to the Olympia. Pretty much get there on the first try. That is amazing. And I want to thank everybody who made sure that was able to happen, because I said this before, but this channel, this YouTube channel, and you know, the selling the clothing, it brings me revenue, it brings me money to use to invest in the channel, to invest in the competitions. Because we are from the Netherlands, so we had to go to London, we had to go to Chicago and to Las Vegas with, you know, either 4, 6 or 8 people, and we all paid that through Vintage Genetics, thanks to your support, because without you, nothing would be coming in for us to use to expand everything. Because I notice whenever I do a contest, the popularity rises of the brand and there's more sales, the promotion is going better, more likes on Instagram is just, you know, an exponential growth. So I just want to thank you for that, and I will make a separate video about this, of course, but for now, I want to thank you for watching. Happy New Year, enjoy this day, and don't worry about following a diet today, just enjoy yourself and compensate it with some cardio and low days on the next day, and then you'll be fine. Anyway, guys, I don't want you to forget, this year or the next, to stay golden.